Ladies and gentlemen, boxing fans, introducing 4 rounds of boxing in the middleweight division. Introducing first, on my left, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the black trunks. This young man hails from New Orleans, Louisiana. He weighed in today at 165 pounds. With a professional career record of 2 big victories, only 1 loss. Let's welcome James Fernandez. Fernandez. Opposing him out of the red corner, the young man from Ann Arbor, Michigan, undefeated in 4 big contests as a professional. His weight today was 161 pounds even. Here is Ann Arbor, Michigan's James Toney. Toney. Our referee, Mr. Bobby Fisher. Mr. Sam Williams.
So we have Toney, who is a very aggressive fighter, who likes to finish his fights early, right in the first round. The only one that went longer was second round KO that he won because he said he was nervous. It was his debut.
In the middleweight division.
He should be nervous all the time.
Fernandez is a well-built guy, much taller than his opponent. And we'll see what that reach difference. It looks like he's a track man ready to charge.
It looks like he's a linebacker ready to jump out of that stance. He's probably going to jump and then move the other way.
Toney, a lot of dancing around, has those tassels flying on it. Ring shoe.
Right now, that's the only difference between the 2 fighters.
Toney's got some style.
Yeah, he looks like a patient type of kid. Let's see how long that patience lasts. Both fighters are very similar in amateur experience. Toney has had 22 amateur fights, and Fernandez had 42 amateur fights.
And there's some body shots, combinations on Toney.
Well, Toney's handling it real well. He's not getting excited. He covered up well on the ropes, and he just took his time.
He likes to draw his opponent in, setting up traps with his jab.
Nice double hook. Kid's got some good moves, Steve.
One thing about Toney, he's busy. He goes to a community college. He works in his mother's bakery. And how does he stay in trim shape like that working in a bakery?
He finds time to train, I'm sure of that.
Yeah, but to train and eat donuts and things, that's hard.
Steve, he works there. That doesn't mean he eats there.
He's disciplined, that's for sure. We are halfway now through the first round.
Thus far, he looks like a stylish type of kid. You know, he's real smart. He's trying to counter Fernandez's left hooks with his counter right hand. He's punching well to the body, using his jab effectively. He looks like a stylish type kid.
Goes up and downstairs, and he's got a good snap, good quick wrist. He catches him with a left, does Toney, on Hernandez. 4 fights, 3 knockouts in the first round for Toney. Fernandez has lasted now to 55 seconds to go in the first round.
He's already lasted longer than 3 of his opponents.
Up and down, good fast combination. I didn't see a hit. I thought he slipped.
I didn't see it either. It was a delayed punch because when he got up, his legs are wobbling, so he must have gotten nailed. But I didn't see the punch. It was a 3-punch combination. I didn't see which one landed.
Boy, oh boy, he's still wobbling.
Again, it happened right near the end of the round. He's only got 15 seconds to try and survive it.
Toney's going to work at him, boy. Look at him go.
Good body punch.
He wants to finish it before the round ends.
Yeah, he wants to get it over with.
Fernandez hanging in there.
He's a little bit too wild. He should be taking his time just a little bit more.
Very interesting. I'd love to be able to see that 3rd punch because the first 2, Fernandez looked like he was able to get away from it.
Yeah, it was a 3-punch combination, and I didn't see any one punch that should have had that effect on him. But sometimes when you get hit and you don't see the punch coming, even though it's not a hard punch, it can be ineffective.
Tournament Keithley and Greg Owens. Here it is.
You're doing great. Deep breath.
That's Fernandez facing. Ooh, the left.
It was just a straight left. That wasn't the one. It was the left hook. It was the left hook. Okay. All right. We got a much better look at it in the replay. It was a fairly good left hook, but it did hit him on his temple.
James, you're great. You're in great shape, baby. You're looking good. I want you to stay alert, and I want you to continue to stay alert.
Toney showed stylish moves in that first round. He's a good-looking fighter. He did get a little excited, though, near the end when he hurt Fernandez. And that's just a sign that...
Also a sign of a guy who doesn't like to go past the first round. Here's round two. Now, this is territory that Toney's only been in one other time in his first fight.
It appears as though this kid won't have a problem with distance because he's a stylish kid. He's not one of those muscle-bound type guys that go out and wing punches. He takes his time.
He did have that killer instinct down the stretch, though, didn't he? And he worked the body pretty good.
Yeah, he did throw some good body punches, but they weren't effective punches because he was rushing things. You can see the way he's working them now. He's taking his time and he's picking his spots. When he had him in trouble, he just got a little bit wild, but that's okay. That's inexperience.
I think he knew the time on the clock, though, too.
I don't think so.
No.
Nice punch in there. Nice short chopping punches, and then he just moved right out of trouble.
2 minutes left in the second round. I think he likes to be known as one-round Toney.
He's going to have to go more rounds than that. As he upgrades his opposition, he's going to have to go much more rounds. He's a stylish kid, though. He punches really nice. Short chopping punches, and he gets out.
Toney, the fighter with the tassels on his, just below his socks.
And even when he concentrates on defense, the way he's doing it here, he does a very good job. He's getting under that right hand very well.
He's clearly the aggressor to Fernandez.
Well, I think he's got a lot more confidence now, and I think he's taken a lot of confidence away from Fernandez when he hurt him with that left hook. But to Fernandez's credit, he's still trying to throw some punches. You know, the toughest thing to teach a beginner, to teach a young up-and-coming fighter, is that when you throw 2 or 3 punches or 4 punches, the guy's going to come back at you. So you got to throw your punches and make a defensive move. And Toney's doing that very, very well. And he's also digging that left hook to the body. The same left hook that McCurry had a lot of success with Hammond. Watch it. He's going to hook to the head and then hook to the body.
Half minute to go in the second round.
Fernandez is still competitive, though. He's trying to throw a bomb every now and then. He's still trying in this fight. He's not effective, but he's trying.
Remember, this is a 4-rounder, and round 2 is just about concluded. These are uncharted waters for James Toney. He's never been into the third round in his 4 fights. They've all ended no later than the second. Fernandez, by the way, has gone 4 rounds twice.
Distance won't be a problem in this fight, Steve, simply because 4 rounds is not what you would call distance. Most of these kids, when they box in the amateurs, they go 3 rounds all of the time. So adding an extra round will not be a problem as far as conditioning goes.
Wild punches by Fernandez. Fernandez trying to really load up and just can't do it. He's been missing. Now he's off balance.
Both fighters missing bad in those exchanges.
Well, most of them were counters by Toney. I was impressed with Toney's defense, though. That Fernandez was really taking some big shots, big wallops, and none of them connected.
Well, not in that particular exchange, Steve. Both fighters were ineffective in that particular exchange.
2 minutes to go in the third round. So obviously Fernandez realized, as you were saying, that 4 rounds is nothing as far as conditioning. He came out with every ounce of energy he had to start the round. Nothing to show for it, except maybe to alert Toney that there's still plenty left in him.
Well, most of his punches are ineffective punches. They're lead shots when there's no opening there. He's not trying to create anything. He's just throwing punches. And that's where the ineffectiveness comes in. Toney, on the other hand, is trying to do some counter punches. He's trying to open up like he did there. When Fernandez threw that left hook, he stepped back and countered with a right hand. I'll tell you one thing. He should dig that left hook to the body, because every time he throws it, he gets it in, but he's not really letting it fly. There's a lot of arm punching being done by Toney. Now, that's a good right hand to the body.
And a good left hook.
That's what I was talking about. And he got out of trouble after he punched. But that was one of the few body punches that he dug in there. And when you punch to the body, you have to dig those shots.
49 seconds to go in the round. Round number 3.
That was a slip.
Fernandez just spun himself around on the canvas that time.
You know, it appears that Toney is trying to outbox him more than he was in the first round. In the first round, he threw some real hard shots. This round, he's punching and moving, punching and moving. He's concentrating on boxing a little bit more. He's not really throwing the big punches that he threw in the first round. It's just obvious that he's a little bit too slick for Fernandez.
Wanting to impress the local crowd, he's from Ann Arbor. 4th and final round for Toney and Fernandez. Fernandez in the white shoes. And he's losing this fight.
And he acts like he knows he's losing the fight. Again, this round, he came out throwing bombs. But those are ineffective punching. They're all lead punches. He's not setting them up, and he's not going to hit Toney with that kind of stuff. See, he sees it coming, and he just moves right out of the way.
Jab hasn't been part of his vocabulary since the first round.
I don't think he knows how to spell the word jab. He's winging shots. See, Toney was throwing bombs in the first round. He was trying to really dig some of his shots, but from the second round on, he's been doing more boxing than anything else. It seems as though he's just content to lay back and outbox Fernandez. He's doing a very good job doing it, too.
About 1:45 to go in the bout.
And it's probably good for him that he's going the 4 rounds.
First time in his career.
This fight is going to teach him something. It's going to teach him you can't knock everybody out. You're going to have to develop other skills. And after the first round, it appears as though that's what happened. A low left hook, but there wasn't much on it anyway. Nice counter right hand by Toney.
Boy, that counter right was one of the best shots he's thrown since the first round.
Well, what he's been doing is he's been throwing 1 or 2 punches and then getting out of there. He's not hanging around looking to throw any more punches.
There's a double counter by each man.
Right, well, he countered with a right hand, then he pulled back and got hit with a left hook by Fernandez. Nice 3-punch combination.
Fernandez's punch is not as controlled as Toney.
No, Toney's the slicker of the 2 fighters. This is all ineffective punches by Fernandez.
Toney is really rolling with those.
He spun out of there nice and threw some nice punches.
Doing some body work, too.
Nice body shot by Toney. That left hook to the liver slowed Fernandez down.
Fernandez is a little swelling over his left eye.
Again, Toney just throwing 1 punch at a time or 2 punches and then looking to get out. He's got a tired fighter on his hands right now, Toney. Fernandez is very, very tired.
He's flailed in the air most of this fight. The bout's now 10 seconds from being over.
Just a matter of having too much. Toney too much for him.
Well, Fernandez made a game battle out of it. He just was outclassed as far as a little experience, a little savvy.
Good job.
That's right. It was just a matter of Toney being a little much more clever fighter, much more skilled. He threw his punches, in and out. He knew what he was doing. Fernandez was flailing at the airport. That's why Toney was.
Toney is still undefeated. He'll go to 5-0, where Fernandez will even his record up at 2-2. You talk about a three-punch combination.
Yeah, right hand, left hook. I'll tell you, the left hook and the right hand both were partially blocked. But if he keeps punching like that in those combinations, he's going to get a lot of those in. I think here's a case where, well, right before that, he threw a right hand and then pulled back and hit with that left hook counter. Come on, take this. Good fight. I think that Toney's learned more from this fight than he did in all previous fights. He goes back to
Well, they're bringing that young man Toney along very well here. He's from Ann Arbor down the road. Fernandez comes up from New Orleans. We're ready for the official announcement. Let's go to Jimmy.
Ladies and gentlemen, boxing fans, the decision of our officials. Judge Herb Ellison scored this contest 40-35. Judge Bill Miley saw the contest 40-35 as well, and Judge Herman McAlpine also scored it 40-35. All for the unanimous decision winner and still undefeated James Toney. Unanimous decision winner.
His first win by decision.
Let's have a big round of applause for the worthy opponent, James Fernandez of New Orleans.
Say this, in our bouts here at Sterling Heights, we've not had any decisions that have brought the wrath of the house down on anybody. We've got another big